Stuffed peppers, we're going to preheat the oven to 350. Now the ingredients you see here, you'll have the bell peppers. I have the green, the yellow, the red, the orange. I have red onion, Spanish onion, mushrooms, some salsa, some lemon juice, some olive oil, some shredded cheese. I have spices, which are crushed peppers, oregano, basil, onion powder, poultry seasoning, garlic powder, parsley, and salt and pepper. And of course we have some corn, and we have some mushrooms, and we have some green onions, and we have of course 2 chicken breasts. So I'm just going to get the ingredients ready and I'll bring you back. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take 1/4 of a teaspoon of each of my spices, and I'm going to put them in the bowl, starting with the onion powder, and then we're going to move along to the poultry seasoning. Now I know you think that that's probably weird, but I do like the flavor, so that's why I'm using it. Now you can use whatever spices you prefer to use. Now I'm going to add in the garlic powder, and then next is going to be the parsley, and then as well as salt and pepper and basil and a little tiny bit of crushed chilies. So I'm just going to continue to add those in, and I'm going to bring you back when I have them all together. As you can see, we have all the spices added in together, and I have some dehydrated garlic that I made a video showing how to dehydrate it. I'm going to add some of that in as well. So what we're going to do with the chicken now is, because we're cooking it and we're going to stuff it in the peppers, what we're going to need to do is cut it into small little strips and then little chunks after that. And the smaller the better. And I'm just going to continue to chunk it up, and I'll bring you back once I have it completely chunked up. So now that we have the chicken cut up, we're going to put that in the frying pan with a little bit of water, and we're going to cook that up. And then we're going to add in the chicken in. What you're going to do is just add a little tiny bit of water. Not even 1/4 of a cup. And you're just going to mix that up, and that will help your chicken from sticking to the bottom as well. And the good thing about the water is that it just absorbs, evaporates, and you don't have to add extra calories or whatever. So I'm just going to fry this up a little bit, and I'm going to get the vegetables ready. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to slice off the tops of the peppers, hollow them out. We're just going to get the peppers ready, and how we're going to do that is I have a pepper here, and I'm going to cut the top off, and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go straight down, and it doesn't matter if you cut it off because you're not using it anyway. So I'm just going to hollow out that inside, which will pull out rather easy, and then I'm just going to take a knife or a spoon. Actually, I'm going to try a spoon because I'm pretty sure a spoon will be so much easier. And I'm just going to take the spoon and kind of scrape out all that on the inside, because that will change the flavor. And you want to be careful not to destroy the shape of the pepper. And that should be easy to just dump out into my hand. And as you can see, the pepper's all nice and cleaned out. So I'm just going to continue to do the rest of the pepper. Now you're going to save the tops right here, because we're going to actually use them for the filler that's going inside. So don't throw them away. As you can see, the chicken's starting to cook, so we're just going to add in the spices, and we're going to mix that up. And we're just going to cook it some more, and I'll bring you back once it's cooked up a little bit more. This is what your peppers are going to look like. Now, of course, I did one of each color because I'm like that. What you're going to do is you're going to put them in a dish that can go in the oven and bake them for 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Now, if you like your peppers a little bit softer, what you're going to do is you're going to boil them at this point in a boiling pot of water for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, I don't like them that soft. That's why I'm not boiling mine. But if you do like yours soft, boil them now. And then put them into the pan. As you can see, the chicken's cooked now. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in tablespoon of lemon juice and a tablespoon of olive oil. Here's the lemon juice going in, and here's the olive oil going in. So we're just going to put that back on the burner, mix it up a bit, and then we're going to add. What we're going to add in now is we're going to add in some corn. And the reason I'm not eating the typical rice and hamburger is because I'm on a diet. So I'm going to add in some green onions and some white onions. I'm going to add in some mushrooms and some green peppers, as well as some red and some yellow. And that was the tops that we saved. And I'm going to stir that up. And it does make beautiful spring colors as well. Got a little hot there. And we're just adding in the rest of these vegetables. And I'm just going to bring it back once we have it cooked for a bit. So as you can see, we have softened up the vegetables and whatnot. I'm just going to push that back for it doesn't cause the camera to go to focus. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually add in some salsa, and I have some salsa here jarred. So I'm just going to add in about 1/4 of a cup. Smells delicious. I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking. My nanny passed away this week, and kind of really depressed because I don't even have the money to buy a headstone. I'm making a GoFundMe account. Actually, I have it made. I'll put a link on the bottom. But so I'm just going to continue to mix this through. I'm going to add a tiny little bit more, just for it's all covered. And you want to mix it up thoroughly, because then we're going to stuff the peppers with this. And we're going to add in probably 1/4 of a cup of cheese as well. And you don't want to add too much salsa because you don't want it to be too wet. I don't want it wet. Depends on what kind of salsa you're using as well. If you have a thick salsa, it's perfect. I'm going to upload a video of it. I just haven't yet. I cook when I'm stressed and worried, so I'll probably be uploading a few videos. I just don't have tomatoes yet to make some. So I'm just going to start adding in the cheese. And that's going to be shredded. And you want to save enough to cover the tops as well. So I'm just going to add in that. Mix it together. So I'm just going to bring it back when we're ready to stuff it. This is what your mixture is going to look like when it's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to spoon it and just take it and put it inside there. And as you can see, the cheese is starting to melt. So I'm just going to continue to stuff them, and I'll bring you back and show you what they look like when they're all stuffed. After you stuff your peppers, this is what it's going to look like. So we're just going to get some cheese, and I'm just going to lightly cover the top, and I'll show you how that looks. And we're just going to cover it lightly, and then we're going to bake it for probably about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm just going to continue to cover the rest of them with cheese, and I'll fast forward and show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So this is what they look like after 25 minutes. Now I'm just going to turn the broil on to just to crisp or make the cheese on top a little crispy. So I'm just going to fast forward and show you. So after you broil them for 3 to 5 minutes, this is what your peppers are going to look like. So I'm just going to cut one in half and show you what it looks like. And so once you break it apart, this is what it looks like. So like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and give it a try and let me know how you like it.